Your healing doesn't have to be all about facing your shadows and darkness and crying and screaming and yelling. It doesn't have to be all about that. I know that in the space that I am in with somatic healing, somatic release, a lot of what you might see on social media, YouTube videos and all that is just about people screaming and yelling and releasing emotions, and that's what healing kind of looks like. And that's because we live in an age of dopamine hits and trying to grab at people's attention. But you often don't get to see the other side, and that's what I want to talk about in today's video, is the other side of what healing really allows for. And this is what I have been able to experience myself, is the other side of the healing. To give you a little bit of context about myself, I was in a really dark place in my life a couple of years ago, dealing with a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, and just really contemplating life and what it was and what was meant for me. And I went through this time of just darkness and not really knowing myself and feeling confused and stressed and anxious, and it was just a constant spiral. And then I really started to dive into more of the healing work. I started to do breath work every single day. I experienced plant medicine ceremonies. And sure, there was a lot of darkness that I had to face, but it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, honestly, because of what lies on the other side of that. So when I was going through this time in my life and I started to face the darkness, face the shadows, and sit with myself through breathwork practices, through meditations, through some intense plant medicine ceremonies, what it allowed me to feel was more love than I ever knew before, and really knowing what love was. And what it really allowed me to also do was form a connection with my body that I didn't have before. Before, I was just so up in my mind all the time, and that's what ran my life. What ran my life was my ego and my mind. And just those constant thoughts that you might be feeling right now just kept coming all the time. And there was so much confusion and misdirection and misalignment because of that. And so once I started to sit with myself more and more, face those darkness and shadows, I was able to have more of a quiet mind. And it allowed me to have more direction with myself. Because before, I was just going off what my thoughts were saying, and that's how I ran my life. And something that I said in my meditation that I led this morning with some people at my home was that our intuition, it speaks to us in one sentence and always in a positive way. One sentence or less. And that's something that I never knew before. And when I was able to clear the darkness and the shadows and the trapped emotions and the traumas that I was holding on to, I started to be able to tap into my intuition. I started to be led more in my life and go in a direction that truly served me. So what facing my shadows and darkness allowed for was that intuition to turn on. And then I started to surround myself with better people, people that really lifted me up. I started to be invited to certain groups and certain communities because I was raising my vibration. And it allowed me to live the life that I'm living now. It allows me to get in front of this camera and just from the top of, not my mind, but more so my soul and heart, speak to you here. I would have never been able to do this before. It allows me this morning to hold a meditation and sound healing, to lead breath work. It allows me to live a life now where I work with clients all over the world with breath work and energy healing and helping them release their darkness and shadows and tap into their light. This is what my healing allowed for. And going into it allowed me to live a life of my desires. And it's still going. It goes layer by layer by layer. But this is what your healing allows for. It allows you to tap into a life of your deepest desires. Because what you're really doing is you're letting go of the lower vibrations that you're holding on to. These trapped emotions and fears and doubts and shame and guilt are just low vibration, and they're weighing you down. They're anchoring you down. You want to ascend. You want to go higher, but you can't because these things are weighing you down. And through your healing, you start to let that go. You start to let this go. You start to let this go. You start to let this go. And it allows you to let go of those anchors and ascend. It allows you to raise your vibration, it allows you to go higher. And so then when you're at this higher vibration, that's when the new business opportunity comes through, the new client, the life of alignment, because your energy is open to it. It allows that to come through. So what I really want to say to you is that if you're scared to go into your healing, if it seems like a lot and you see on social media what it is and you're scared to get into it, just know that that is to grab your attention. But what really lies is a life of freedom, emotionally, mentally, physically, where your health is better, you have better relationships in your life, you're more present, you're more calm, you're more grateful. That is what it allows for. That's what's on the other side of all the darkness that you see, is all the beauty, is all the light. We have to go through some of the darkness to experience the light. For every darkness, there is light. For every light, there is darkness, vice versa. And neither are bad or good. We just have to go through them. Most times, it's the darkness that really grabs our attention because we feel fear, and that's what makes our attention go there. But there's so much that lies on the other side of it, so much beauty, and a life that you truly deserve is just by going through the darkness. So if you are scared, like I said, just know that what you will face on the other side is absolutely beautiful. So just go into it. Just go into it, and you got this. I hope you enjoyed today's video. This was more so just a message for you and something that's been on my heart. And if you need any further help, there's a free training down below, and also my coaching and mentorship is down below too. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe, and I'm sending you all my love.